Well, Doug's not wearing red steel on Mondays. Dink. This is Raw review. Enough of the pitter patter. We're also doing some bad blood too. So enough of that pitter patter. Let's just get at her. On today's show, CM Punk says goodbye for now. Sheamus beats a man with arms tied behind his back.
For
Unbelievable.
now.
Seth Rollins calls out Bronson Reed, and we're going to go over some
For
bad
now.
blood. But today we're going to start off with Gunther versus Sammy on Raw. Before we do that, though, we're going to say hi to Douglas.
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 Douglas as well.
Douglas well. Good.
Douglas is medicated.
Medicated. What kind of medicated are you talking about? Oh,
Medicated.
that special pen.
Yeah. My special pen makes its appearance
Wow.
back.
Wow.
But no, it was a good weekend.
Good weekend for sports. Good weekend for wrestling.
By the way, Tigers are totally gonna bitch slap the Guardians.
Oh,
They're my pick.
that's
Like
your pick now?
I'm going ride or die Tigers the whole
All right.
way.
That's fine. Uh, I would like to see San Diego. Personally, I like to see San Diego beat the Dodgers. I
If I'm picking an NL team, it's probably the Phillies.
Yeah, I've even been riding that Phillies bandwagon for 3 years now.
I have, you're right. It's
Yeah,
because of my love for Bryce Harper and Kyle
that's,
Schwarber.
that's fine. I would love to see the Padres do it because you know why? Because it's different. It's different. I mean, to be honest with you, the money game is probably Dodgers Yankees, but I'd like to see the Padres. I mean, they blew out the Dodgers last night, 10-2.
It resulted in the fans throwing beer cans and stuff onto the field.
Yeah, and Machado threw a ball at the dugout of the Dodgers. Manny being Manny. Anyway, get off topic here. Let's get to Raw. Uh, Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Really excellent match. I don't think one of us picked Sami Zayn to win this. So I mean,
They weren't going to do this title switch on Raw,
no.
and you can still like they've been low key teasing this Cody Sammy match for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
Because if you remember back in the WrestleMania 39 build,
Yep.
um, when Sammy had a chance to win the title in Montreal,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Cody, Cody was going to get the winner anyway.
Yeah.
But so now you had another opportunity to do that. They're waiting for this, but now you can tie Sammy into this KO heel turn story if you
It
want to.
looks like they're kind of maybe do that a little bit by the looks of it. Those are they're gonna try to do it a little bit tonight, but they kind of teased it slightly, but not so much. Um,
Yeah, Sammy's like, you know, we've been, you want to talk? Like,
yeah. Um, it was a good match though. Like it was a really good match. I really like how Gunther uses like moves you wouldn't think that people would use now. Because everybody usually has to have a finisher. Gunther doesn't really seem to have a finisher in my eyes. Like he'll beat you with the power
he has,
bomb,
he has three.
but he beats you with the sleeper tonight.
Yeah, he has the sleeper, he has the running clothesline,
Yeah,
and he has the power bomb.
yeah. But I mean, I would even still call those like actual finishers. Like like when Reigns
Well, okay,
when
so,
Reigns spears somebody, the match is pretty much over. When Cody does Crossroads, it's basically over. Like stuff like that, like signature finishers.
no,
His
I
finishers are very
get that,
signature back to like an older age of wrestling, which is
but that's part of the
kind of what
gimmick.
Gunther is. Yeah,
Yeah, it's part of the gimmick. He's from the old school.
yeah. Like I
Um,
definitely like it. And another person that does that too is MJF because he's been using the Brain Buster lately to win matches when he wrestles.
MJF has had about four different finishers.
Yeah.
He's had
It says
he's had
salt of the earth.
the salt to the earth arm bar. He
Yeah.
has the heat seeker.
Yeah.
He's been using the brain buster as of late.
and the
He's
Kangaroo
always
hit once
changing
or twice.
he's always changing it up. That's the
Yeah,
thing. But that's what I appreciate from a guy like Gunther is he keeps it simple.
yeah,
He like but that's part of the whole gimmick. Like he's like, I don't need to do this all this extra shit to win matches because
yeah,
I'm built different.
yeah. Like I never like it's a really good match. Back and
Is
forth.
it just me though? I'm gonna throw something out too. Is it just me or is he really cooled off?
Gunther,
Yeah,
as far as what goes,
just crowd reaction in general. Like, because you know,
I think he's just
um,
he's a heel to the point where like I think he's at the point. I think he's at that mid like people. A lot of people like Gunther, right? But he's a really good heel, especially when he starts ripping on people.
but you know what? Usually, well, we'll get to one particular person
Yeah.
in a bit, but just I feel like when his music used to hit,
Yep.
and I feel like it changed kind of post WrestleMania.
A little
It's
bit.
like his music hit when he was Intercontinental Champion, and everybody reacts. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I feel like now, even though he's world champion, maybe it's just me, but
It could just be
yeah,
you.
if it,
But I think a lot of people do like it's
I
you
feel
have
like he's
guys
grown.
like Jey Uso there. You have big reactions. Sami Zayn, especially when you go against a guy like Sami Zayn, it's hard to get a really good reaction for Gunther considering Sami Zayn is such a huge like he's so popular amongst everybody.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, it was a great match though. I really like the part though where like I even noticed lately too that I don't want to use an old term here, but Sammy kind of likes to hulk up nowadays a little bit.
we can all thank Kenny Omega for this.
Who?
Kenny Omega,
Oh yeah,
because it's been a thing in Japan for a very long time.
yeah,
But but Kenny Omega brought prominence to it over in North America
yeah.
when he kicked out of the One Winged Angel at one versus Osprey.
Mhm.
You start to see more and more of that now. Like I mean, we did Dynamite's 5th year anniversary. Hook did it against Joe. He
Yeah,
kicked out of a muscle buster at one,
yeah,
and then in WWE, you've seen, um, was it Cody kicked out at one from something AJ did?
yeah. I think it was a Styles class.
Oh, it was a burning hammer. That's what he did.
Okay,
Yeah, the burning hammer, which in Japan is a super protected move.
yeah. So
Um, but yeah, so yeah, thank Kenny Omega for the
we're
kicking out at
hulking up.
one, the kicking out at one spot.
Uh, so we're gonna get to it. But obviously we're gonna talk bad blood later on. But CM Punk today came out of the show. Didn't really go to the ring though. He opened the show. He looked very covered up. He's really selling the wounds.
When I saw him walk out, I'm
Yeah.
like, it's gonna take him 10 minutes to get to the ring.
Yeah.
I'm like, literally, don't tell me he's gonna walk all the way to the ring.
Yeah. Um,
Just do your promo from the stage, bro.
he you think it's just his kayfabe or he's actually like seriously hurt?
I think he's 43 years old and rarely wrestles. He's he's been back almost a year. He's had 4 matches,
Yeah. He got but he got the crap
maybe
kicked out
5.
of him in that match. Like,
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about that.
yeah,
But it's still not my favorite cage match of the year.
that's fine. Uh we came out, basically said for the most part, so long for like but it seems like it for a little bit. Like he's gonna be gone. I'm not expecting Punk now, probably back till
Royal Rumble.
Rumble.
He will be back at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So my guess is
I'll
what
be honest,
number
in the
30?
meantime, I don't know if he'll be 30, but he'll be back in the Rumble.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go dark too. Like he's gonna be off socials.
Oh yeah.
Like you're not gonna hear a sound out of CM Punk for the next couple of months because I think in the meantime, I think Seth gets the title back. I
Yeah.
think they, I think they actually run Punk Seth at the main event of night one.
I think you're possibly right on that one too. Because as Punk was leaving, Seth shows up.
That's why I thought of it.
And Seth goes in and he gave Rollins
Punk is proud.
his props. Hey, best to see you soon. Just so you kick the living hell out of you, send you into retirement. So
Yeah,
that's probably the next feud for Punk. Um,
it was always going to be the next feud for
oh yeah,
Punk.
yeah. It was never going to be anything not Seth Rollins. Um, but Seth came out
The
too.
only other one I think people would accept is if he went after Gunther.
Yeah, which
But honestly, I think personally, because Punk did before this Hell in a Cell match with Drew happened, he had his eyes on Gunther in the world title.
yeah, he did mention that
His,
before Drew attacked
his goal
him.
is the world title.
Yeah,
His goal is the world title. So what's going to happen? I'm going to say at the Royal Rumble, Seth Rollins is going to beat Gunther.
okay,
Because keep in mind, Seth's only had one chance at the world title since he came back. And he's
yeah,
kind of screwed it.
yeah,
So um, I think Seth challenges Gunther at the Royal Rumble. And I think Punk returns at the Royal Rumble and wins it.
yeah. I think consensus right now would probably. I mean, the Rumble's always hard to pick to see who's going to win the Rumble, but
Or you have Punk win the Elimination Chamber.
I think Punk wins the Rumble. I think Punk's going to win. He never won the Rumble in the WWE before. I think he'll win.
No, he didn't.
No, I
Yeah,
think
he
he'll
could
win here.
do it. Absolutely. I'm on board with
Yeah,
this.
I think Pork. I mean, there's a lot of guys you could pick. I mean, word is a certain tribal chief is rumored to be entering in the Rumble at number 30, apparently. That's Reigns.
Hmm.
Now, that throws a cog in the wheel if you're a CM Punk fan and you want him to win.
Yeah, but
But
you know what?
the,
We'll get into that at the end.
yeah,
We'll
the,
get
the Rumble, the Rumble's so far away still, a loss can happen.
I don't. The only reason I have the Rumble in mind is because of how Punk was talking.
Yeah,
He's probably taking the rest of this year off.
more than likely.
Okay.
Uh,
I
he,
mean,
he probably
because
made a lot of money.
we're only about 11 weeks away from the end of the year.
Yeah. So, uh,
Um,
so Seth came out, said is like, good for Punk and all this stuff there. Then proceed to talk about Bronson Reed and how he got squashed 6 times. And he wants to fight Bronson Reed.
E Honda put a number on him.
Oh yeah. So Seth Rollins basically calls out Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed was not at the show today. He was off. Him and Strowman were both off for this Raw due to the implications from last week's Raw. So whenever that match is going to happen, which will probably be
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel, yeah, because that is next.
I guarantee you it's going to be Crown Jewel.
Yeah, more than likely, Crown Jewel, which is fine. I'm okay with that. Be a good match. Looking forward to it. But I want to talk about this Sheamus Donnybrook match where he managed to beat Pete Dunne with his hands tied behind his back.
If there was one person, one heel that needed to win a feud, it's Pete Dunne.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
think
like.
there's. Let me finish, please.
No, no, no.
I was just going to say, losing this program to Sheamus does like this whole program with Sheamus has done him no favors.
No.
Like I'm not saying it hurt him,
No,
but I think that like it's like, are you really trying to get this guy over? You know what I mean?
yeah, I know what you mean. I don't understand the meaning of. To me, Sheamus should have lost this match. Like when Pete Dunne tied his hands together, Pete Dunne should have like won that match without a problem. Like
I mean, in a logical sense, you're right, but like even just in a booking sense, I just I don't understand it. Like Sheamus's reputation is ironclad. That dude can lose feuds forever.
yeah,
Okay?
Sheamus didn't need the win to begin with. He didn't.
No. I mean, yes, doing this feud was just to tie up some loose ends, but to tie up those loose ends, why don't you have the guy that was pissed off to begin with and felt like he was in the shadow of the guy actually come out of the shadow of the guy?
Unless they're going to continue this another way. That's the only
No,
thing I think about this. No,
I don't think so.
they may.
A gimmick match like this usually spells the end,
Yeah,
but I don't know. We'll see.
we'll see. I mean,
Because this has
it
been
was a fun
this has been going
match.
on since like July.
Yeah. I mean, I like the part where like they done pulled out the drawers and beat Sheamus with them with the drawers. That was fun.
It was a good fun match. I mean,
It was a good
that
fun
white
match.
noise off that white noise off the barrels through the tables that sliced Sheamus' arm open.
Yeah. His
That was cool.
was
This match has some cool moments, but I don't like the booking of this ending.
no, I don't like the fact that Sheamus won. I thought that was very just mediocre for that to happen.
Yeah,
It just made no sense. Uh Jey Uso though had his match versus Xavier Woods. I still haven't got that heel turn yet.
it's coming. I know. I keep saying it's coming. It's coming. They're really putting a slow burn on this turn.
Yeah.
Um,
Slow burn indeed.
yes, it's a slow enough burn that it's starting to annoy you.
Yes. Because I want it done by now. Like this is the where you could have did it here. Like you didn't need Braun Breaker to come in here and wipe everybody out after the match was over.
Braun Breaker's another good vessel to fuel to this fire.
Yeah,
Um,
they're probably gonna put this. You think a four-way at Crown Jewel?
you could.
You could theoretically get away with it, and it would cause a heel turn for sure, at least in some way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah, Woods will, but no, that'll be like leading up to it.
Yeah.
So if this is a four-way, I think Woods turns on Kofi like in the next week or two.
Well, let's hope you're right on this one because we've been waiting this one for a few months now.
Yeah, it's been building for months now.
Yeah. They even brought a guy
They've
in
been, they've been
and
teasing
released
it
him.
for months.
They even brought a guy in and then
That's not their fault.
no, it's not. But
That's not their fault.
I know.
Suck a dick, Odyssey Jones.
Yeah. Uh, although that was a good match with Jey Uso, man, that guy gets peace pops. We were both there when he came out in Toronto for SummerSlam, and that was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Braun Breaker's an animal. I love the guy.
Yeah, that guy is.
So I really like the story that Joe Tessitore or Tessitore uh, was trying to tell here, where like at the end, Woods controlled like 98% of this match,
Yeah,
went for his um, diving elbow drop. I forget what he calls it. Um, but runs into a midair super kick, um, Uso splash, and that's it. Like it was like a 2005 John Cena finish.
yeah.
Get my ass kicked for most of the match, 5 moves of doom, and it's over. Um, but no, I give props to Jay. You know, his selling is really, really good. I think that he can be a good sympathetic babyface. He garners sympathy from the audience.
Speaking of
because
assault,
he's so.
go ahead.
Uh, no, I was just gonna say um, so coming out of this, for those that didn't see it, Woods is being consoled by Kofi,
Yeah,
and then uh, Jay daps up Kofi
yeah,
and goes to shake Woods' hand,
yeah,
who, by the way, Woods is not happy about this.
yeah,
Um, and Braun Breaker just comes and just annihilates Jay with a spear
yeah,
out of nowhere. So Kofi comes in to try and save him. He eats a spear.
yeah,
And then Braun goes down to the outside and then he spears Xavier Woods.
yeah.
So
Then he went back in the ring and speared Jay
then he
Uso
speared Jay
again.
again. Then he went for good measure and just speared Jay again.
Yeah,
Uh, that does potentially set up a fatal four way at Crown Jewel,
yeah. That's why I mentioned it.
which I still fully expect Jey Uso to keep the title.
Yeah, I think you're just if anything out of that, you're gonna get that full out heel turn by Woods, and that's the end of it. Uh,
Yeah,
women's match on the Raw tonight. What'd you think?
nothing main tag won by Lyra Valkyria using an old finisher.
Yeah, wasn't much else to it.
Top rope leg drop to the back of the neck.
Yeah. Um, I like Karrion Cross being a little smart ass. Talking to
Miz
Miz.
and Truth apparently have a match next week,
Yeah, and Cross just just fueling fire there, being a dick. Look at that.
and Miz like rejecting the Final Testament.
Yeah, it was good.
I think Miz still ends up in the Final Testament.
What?
I think Miz still ends up in the Final Testament.
That'd be interesting.
That would be the shot in the arm they need.
That would be really interesting. That would be. Uh, all that really much is Raw. I mean, we did get a promo from Rhea Ripley, and Liv Morgan. Rhea was talking about how Liv Morgan had to go get Raquel Rodriguez. Smart on her, right? Not just deserves another ass beating. Uh, look, Rhea Ripley's probably have to go through Raquel Rodriguez in order to get to Liv Morgan.
So let me ask you something.
Sure,
How much better does a 2 hour Raw feel from a 3 hour one?
went fast.
I mean, here it is. We're usually watching the main event
Yep, it's great.
at this time.
It's quite nice actually. It's been
Yeah.
years since this has happened. You know,
To be exact, it's been 12 years.
to be honest, with you, when I was in Vancouver and Raw was 3 hours, but it's obviously in BC time. It'd be like 10 o'clock. It'd be like 10. It'd be like that.
7,
It would start at, let's see, it would start
4,
at
it
five
would end at
o'clock.
7.
5 o'clock, it would end at fucking like 8.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Anytime you ever
Um,
really wanted.
yeah, no, I thought that this kind of flew by.
Yeah,
And but without any further ado, let's get into Bad Blood
it's got a bad blood.
because there's two big things to talk about and
Yeah.
three kind of minor things.
Yeah, so let's start with the minor. Let's start with the minor stuff. You want to start with the minor stuff first, or you want to start with the big match first? Then,
Yeah, we'll do the minor stuff. Nia
yeah,
Jackson Bailey, another like another cash and tease
yeah,
by
by Tiffany Stratton.
uh, Tiffany Stratton, but Nia Jax ultimately picks up the win.
Yep. Uh,
Um,
like I liked it for what it was.
Priest beats Priest beat Balor, even though both JD and Carlito tried to get involved.
Yeah, I knew Priest was gonna win, right? But like, I thought it'd be a little bit different than what it was. Uh, Rhea Ripley did not walk out of the women's title at Bad Blood because of Raquel Rodriguez showed up but she won by DQ. So
Apparently Raquel blew the spot.
she did.
Apparently the ref was supposed to be distracted by Liv or something,
Yeah.
and then Raquel was supposed to jump Rhea and throw her in the ring
Oh, okay.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Or like the ref missed his space and he was supposed to be dealing with the Dom thing.
There was some funny parts to that match though, especially when Rhea used Dom as a human pinata.
Yeah, that was right before
That was
Raquel
fun.
Rodriguez showed up.
Yeah. It was good. Like
Um,
it was a fun match. I mean, to be honest, with you, I don't know how long they're gonna have Liv keep on holding this title for, but
I bet you by Saturday night's main event, it's over.
I win.
Saturday night's main event. It's like near the end of December.
Yeah. So you think Rhea
Because
goes
you can do Rhea and Raquel at Crown Jewel if you want, but probably
probably
Survivor
Survivor
Series.
Series? Yeah. That'll probably be Survivor Series. Although there tend to be a women's, they haven't made that. Everybody's been so focused on this bloodline stuff, but we'll get to that shortly. Um, let's talk. Let's talk Punk and Drew, who opened the show. And yes, I owe you a Coke. Uh,
What was the deal again?
I owe you a Coke
Yeah, for what?
because you were right about it being first.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
See, I say a lot of things I don't always remember.
I noticed. Um, hell of a match to open the show, though. Boy, they beat the living tar out of each other.
This is the best Hell in a Cell match since probably 2007,
Yeah.
like Edge and Undertaker, or sorry, Taker and Batista.
Well, they've had some good Hell in a Cell matches before that. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't think one has executed the level of violence. I
yeah,
mean, I think the stipulation kind of lost its spectacle, like in the danger element.
yeah,
Um, like you don't see very many violent cell matches anymore,
no. There's a
right?
lot of reasons for that, but
I tell you what, I enjoyed the fuck out of this match.
so did I. Um,
Um,
like Drew putting Punk through a table.
the suplex to the outside
Yeah.
was really good.
Uh,
Both these dudes bled buckets.
oh yeah. Like Drew, like I said,
Drew needed 16 staples.
yeah, he has
Yeah,
16
he
staples.
didn't get no stitches. He needed 16 staples.
Speaking of which, I happened to see something today on X. Apparently, Ryback posted a picture of some of that stuff saying, I never hurt anybody this badly in a match.
Fuck right back.
Yeah,
Why are you
apparently,
bringing up that irrelevant fool?
yeah, everybody just crapped on him for it. I'm like, kind of looked
Yeah.
at what the, well,
You
whatever.
know what that's about, though, right?
Oh, yeah, I know it's all things. I know the whole thing about between him and CM Punk and the whole that stuff. I know all about that.
Okay. All right.
All about that.
Good.
That's why I laughed
Good.
at it.
I really didn't want to get into it.
No, I know all about that.
Okay.
Right. But no, that was violent as hell. Like just violent. Like
Yep.
kind of what a Hell in a Cell match should be, technically.
With honestly one of the nastiest back bumps I've ever seen in my life.
That was messed by Drew. You see that when he hit those steps after missing the Claymore.
Uh,
Oh,
tailbone right on the edge of the
his
steps.
I bet you his lower back is just
I shuddered
messed
looking at
right
that.
up. It's
Dude, I
probably
shuddered looking at that.
like he
I've
probably
broken my tailbone.
he's probably walking funny right now. I'll tell you right now. He's probably walking funny.
Dude, I promise you, I've broken my tailbone. That shit hurts.
Yeah. He is probably in a lot of
Um,
pain.
and you know what? I've seen it a few times on socials over the last couple of days,
Yeah.
and it's like a bad car accident.
Yeah.
You don't want to watch it,
Yeah. But
but you just can't help but look.
yeah. I mean, if like, and you said it before, if everybody thought that CM Punk wasn't going to win this, you need to start watching a little bit more
Yeah,
because Punk was obviously going to win this match. The question was how
but
it got there.
you know what? I know last year this time I was like, no, fuck, I don't want to deal with the bullshit that comes with CM Punk.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that here we are a year later,
Yep.
and I have like I've become a fan again of his.
Look at you.
I think the, I think the work that he's put in during this feud is some of the best mic work he's ever done. I mean, yes, he's still showing his age a little bit in the ring, but I mean, the performance that he put on a Saturday night
Yeah.
is probably outside of maybe the dog collar with MJF,
Yeah.
probably the best match he's had since he came back to wrestling.
Yeah.
Like,
He knows when to do it. Like when he can sink his teeth into something that's really good and make it good.
and they had so many layers to this.
Well, yeah. It was a great match. All in all, it was a great
Yeah,
feud. Feud of the year, probably.
pretty fucking close now, isn't he?
Yeah. Probably feud of the year. Thinking of a feud that might be the feud of the next year.
The Rock and Roman.
Let's get that tag team. Let's get that tag team match. Bloodlines, Solo and Jacob Fatu is a monster, just a bloody monster against Cody
Did you
Rhodes
see the
and
promo?
Roman.
Did you see the promo that Jacob cut Friday night when the Bloodline was on the way to the ring?
Yeah, something like "I love you."
Oh no, it was like dude goes off,
Yeah,
and he's just like, "We're gonna make everybody and their mama acknowledge the tribal chief."
yeah,
And yeah, no, it's really good. You should go look at it.
it's good. I
Um,
so they botched Cody's entrance a little bit.
yeah,
Um,
unfortunately.
uh,
Um,
Roman got a massive
can
ovation.
I ask you a question?
Yeah,
Was the audio very choppy for you during the Hell in a Cell match?
no, it seemed fine to me.
Because like there was like every like 3 to 5 seconds there was just like this pause. It was like just a slight like half a second pause.
Well, my audio time seems to be better on side than yours sometimes, or vice versa, or like a second delay or whatever. Oh,
I don't know, maybe it's the streaming thing, but
could be. Uh,
um, go ahead.
Roman Reigns
What
though.
do you think what do you think about this tag match?
Roman Reigns was great. Cody was good. Jacob Fatu actually just he nailed everything. Jimmy Uso shows back up, and Roman and him hug, and everyone's crying in the aisles. But then The Rock shows up.
You're missing a key element here.
The part where they beat up, where Roman came back with Jimmy to help out Cody
Yes,
after
where
they were beating the living crap out
Roman
of him.
made the save.
Yeah,
Roman and Jimmy make the save.
yeah.
Um,
Well, Jimmy had to convince him first.
well, he said you gave him your word, and Roman said that was one time. And
Yeah,
he said, "Well, you know what? You make the call, dude. What are we doing?
yeah,
You run the play."
yeah.
Um, I This wasn't like the grand spectacle I thought it was going to be,
No,
but like I had higher expectations for this match. It was okay for what it was. Um, it
they
was okay for what it was, but like
this match was
the
more.
last 6 minutes or so are really good.
This match was more or less there to set up help.
Well, this was your typical storyline match where you're gonna add layers to the story.
Yeah,
Jimmy's come back. And then, yes, we're about to get into it post match. Here comes the final boss.
Yeah. I'm interested to see now they did mention on Raw tonight that Roman Reigns will be on SmackDown and he has stuff to say. I'm wondering
Good.
I'm wondering if Rock might be there too because he showed up at the end of that show.
So, okay, yeah. So he comes out and stares them down,
Yeah,
and then he gives the little throat cut,
yeah, he does this.
pretty much.
Yeah,
And then he, did you see this Instagram live he did right after?
there's the one where he looks at Dusty Rhodes' picture, says, "I love you, but I hate your son."
Pretty much
Yeah,
that one. Okay, so I hope it's not true,
what?
but I think they might be setting up a triple threat.
What? Cody, Roman, Rock
Yeah,
for what? Mania?
yeah. Unless you find a way to get Cody out of the story.
Well, I think Well, I think they did. At the end of SmackDown, it was off before during the press conference. Cody Rhodes was attacked by Kevin Owens after the show as tour bus. Cody will probably be focused on KO going into War Games.
SmackDown's going to be interesting. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah. So
I mean, Rock did say he was coming back for Cody, but The Rock doesn't. The Rock even hinted at there being a bloodline civil war.
yeah, there's probably it's probably going to be revealed at some point that The Rock is probably behind Solo, the
Funny you
Talk
say
Games.
that.
Yeah.
Funny you say that because there's a video from a fan that was standing right beside Solo
Yeah.
while The Rock came out,
Hmm.
and Solo's just smiling and whatever, and he says to one guy, "This is all part of the plan."
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised.
The Rock, The Rock is behind Solo,
Oh, 100% he is.
Gorillas of Destiny, and Jacob.
Oh, yeah. So be interested to see what happens there.
Could we see The Rock himself in War Games?
To be honest with you, it would probably mask a lot of things, right? You have time, The Rock time to, like, of
You can hide him in that match for sure.
course you can, right?
It's the same reason. Okay, look, it's the same reason why they gave Cena the tag match with The Rock before they had their one-on-one.
Yeah. And Master Rock came in, just did his high spots. That was the end of it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, uh, all in all, though, Bad Blood's a great show. I had a good time watching it.
Um, I think it was bookended by two really good matches. You have a potential, like, I wouldn't actually know. I can't say it's a match of the year, but it's one of the matches of the year.
Hell in the Cell?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, like I would put it in my top five right now.
That's fair.
I mean, there's still a few months left of the year, but I would have it in my top five right now.
Yeah. Oh. All right. Also, while we're at it too, they've just announced as well. Triple H has announced via Instagram. It will be Nia Jax and Liv Morgan face off for that crown jewel, and Gunther versus Cody.
I think I think The Rock costs Cody or KO costs Cody,
Say KO cost Cody more than likely.
and Gunther's going to beat Cody.
Yeah, that's a good way to push Gunther a lot higher up because Cody doesn't really need the win. So
No,
plus he's not
and
losing the title here anyway, so it doesn't matter. It won't be. It's not title for title. It's for a crown jewel title that they're going to defend it once a year. So
um, I don't know. I'm thinking about Nia versus Liv. I think I can see a way where Liv sneaks one out here if you repeat the SummerSlam finish.
Maybe the cash will be a crown jewel.
Let's hope,
Maybe we'll see what
you
happens.
know, Oblivion on a chair
Yeah,
picks up the win, and then here comes Tiffany.
yeah,
Story writes itself.
it does. Maybe that'll happen there, which will set up Jackson, which could set up Jax for a strat for Survivor Series anyway.
There you go. On that note, let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Thank you for listening. You can find us over on YouTube, DA Wrestling Podcast. Um, audio, DA Wrestling Podcast on Spotify, Podbean, wherever you get your podcasts. Uh, DA Sports Podcast on Instagram, DA Sports Pod on Twitter. That man over there is April1982 on Instagram, Andrew DA Sports on TikTok. I'm D Lines1981 on Twitter. We'll catch you down the road.